Ah, wonderful. Virtua Fighter 5. I have a rather fond opinion of this game series. Played a lot of Virtua Fighter 2 back in the day. We covered the Memory of Decade disc on Sushi Bites in the past, and I've actually discussed this particular port a few times in live streams and other places. But have I ever really sat down with it for a little while and played enough of it to banish the backlog? That's what we're doing here. We're going to pillage the pile. We're giving each game on my shelves a chance to show us what it's all about. Even though I own this game physically, I will be installing it to an external hard drive and playing it on my modded Xbox 360. It's just a convenience thing, keeping the disc from further wear. That advertisement sequence really makes me want to throw down, so I'm going to jack all the settings down to easy and have a quick spin of the arcade to warm up. Of course, the real value in the console ports of Virtua Fighter 5, besides the likely dead online modes which were exclusive to the Xbox 360 version, is the quest mode. That's what we're going to bash our head against, but first, a spin of the arcade mode. My character of choice, Eileen. It's always Eileen. Her attacks and combos are just really fluid and easy to get down. She's got some weird attacks that hit from strange distances. Generally speaking, she's good at backing people into corners or performing ring outs, so she's a great choice for people who like having options. Speaking of which, within the options is commentary, which is default off. Turning this on gives us Pokemon Stadium style play-by-play commentary, of which there's about 10 repeating lines. It's cheesy fun to turn on every once in a while. So we're pushing our way through arcade mode here, putting us into a mirror match right away. The commentary is bad. There's like 3/4 of a second of silence after he says Eileen, and it sounds like the father in some US sitcom telling his daughter off for egging the Johnsons' household.
Eileen hasn't lost any health at all. Jump in, end of the round. Give us your final thoughts on this match.
What a way to end it!
What a way to end it. Wow. That clip could surely be used out of context.
What a way to end it! What a way to end it!
Shundi now, Virtua Fighter's resident drunk, goes down without a fight. Wolf, the pro wrestler.
Is this a mistake?
Was this a mistake? Oh, we'll only know when the views for this video stop rolling in, if they ever roll in to begin with. Vanessa next. I like Eileen, but Vanessa is totally my Virtua Fighter waifu. I take great pleasure in beating her half to death though. Kagamaru, a little bit of back and forth.
This is one where the players went all out.
The players went all out. This commentary is wild. Good old Go can go take a hike. And Akira, already. Not long after he's down. That happens when you put it on very easy, with the huge handicap. Dural, huh? A rocky start, but otherwise plain sailing. Yeah, I'm warmed up enough. Of course, opponents are going to go down easy if I set the parameters way down low. Got my complimentary arcade mode achievement. Anyway, no more screwing around. Let's get into the quest mode, this game's bread and butter. So in the quest mode, you create data for a character of your choice, Eileen, and then you hit up these virtual arcades. Sega Arena, Sega World, Club Sega. A lot of these arcades are sort of shut down now, so it's nostalgic as hell to see them all. I'm going to pop into the Sega Arena because all the opponents are pretty low level. Watch this. Takes a kick at me and bonk, pow, right in the meow. So once you pick an opponent, you're stuck playing match after match until you either lose, quit back to the quest screen, or your streak is interrupted by a tournament. These happen occasionally in one of the arcade locations. Winning those usually nets you a reward, typically clothing. So I was playing a bunch of fights at first, just getting a feel for how it was going, getting used to fighting opponents that do at least sometimes fight back. I rank up from 10th Q to 9th Q, feeling pretty proud of myself. 9th Q to 8th Q, climbing up those ranks. 8th to 7th, like an ugly duckling becoming a beautiful swan. Graceful evolution. 8 matches in, I reach my first item battle. The winner gets a prize. It could be a fly in my soup or a slap in the face. If there's a chance I can have something that someone else can't have, then sign me up for it, my good friend. So I pull an easy win and I get this red orb thing for a prize. Okay, what are these for? Turns out we have this thing called an orb disc. What happens when we fill it up? Well, I was curious now. What was just going to be me playing this game for half an hour or so, being able to say I checked it out and could clear it from my backlog, was now a journey to fill out this disc and see what happens when I do. 7th queue to 6th queue, still a 100% win ratio. Another item battle, and another shot at getting one of those red orbs. I can almost relish its ruby red. Oh, it's tournament time. I decided to back out, customize my profile. Now I was playing for keeps rather than simply going through the motions. I went ahead and customized my character's outfit, emblems, name, and signature. I realized fairly quickly that I wanted to get my hands on costume C or D, which are locked to begin with. I speculated that filling the disc might unlock one of the 2 extra costumes, which would let me equip some of the fancier clothes I'd purchased from the in-game shop that I was locked out from using. I figured all would become clear the longer I played, so now ready with my pigtails, red contact lenses, and new wardrobe, there was no better time to jump into the first tournament. Top prize? An item. Having convinced myself it was another orb to fill my orb disc, I rushed in. My first match, against Cosmo, the tequila-drinking Akira, went by much easier than anticipated. Perhaps he was blown away by my Eiko-chan's sexy charm, those pigtails flopping around in the wind, or love handles as we call them around here. A shun named Shunned was also shunned by Eiko's relentless barrage of attacks. Even during the tournament, we ranked up from 6th queue to 5th, and we got some clothes for our hard work. A wolf named T2040 proved to offer some resistance at first, but I kept my distance. Eventually he falls like all the others. A gold trophy, a reward one should be happy to receive, but not me. Where is my item for coming first? Alas, more clothes. I feel cheated. Blue kung fu pants received as a prize? It's fine. There will be more tournaments, more opponents. We spruce ourselves up with our new wardrobe acquisitions and return to the Sega arena to keep beating up the weak and inexperienced. One by one, they all fall. Mere stepping stones on our quest for greatness. The Akira named Deckard proves himself to be a mere replicant of an actually capable player, humiliated by Eiko-chan's barrage of quick and unrelenting attacks. Another orb for winning. No time to relax, the fighters keep coming. From 5th queue to 4th queue in the bat of an eyelid as Mie falls. And with her defeat, our invitation to the beginner's try. Clearing this tournament will mark the true beginning of our quest for glory. How hard could it be? Eiko had won all 15 matches so far, and she had no interest in backing down or being beaten. We jump at the opportunity to enter. We fight not one, but 2 Brad Burns in this competition. The first one proudly saying Argentina to the world, fights the same way as everyone else before him. Poorly. But during this match, I came to appreciate Virtua Fighter 5's slick visuals. Little touches like the snow on the ground getting crumpled under your feet, or getting kicked up as powder, and the wisps of warm breath freezing in the cold air. We clear out the first Brad, getting us another red orb. The second Brad, Big Grizzle, is a big pushover. Eiko flattens him like all others before. Eiko moves into the final match with Cloud Shun, who purports to be like no other. That proves to be untrue. But perhaps he is merely senile. As an old man who drinks sake all day, he probably believes what he says. Truly a lost cause. We can only watch on in pity, embarrassed for him. We rank up from 4th queue to 3rd queue, and come out top in the beginner's try. An achievement pops, and with it, I feel validated in my efforts. And then, you know the drill. We return to Sega Arena to get more orbs, to rank up some more, to play until the next tournament, and rinse repeat until our orb disc is completed and we feel accomplished. A fight against Sarah on the rain-drenched streets of Chicago. Her claims of foot to face returned in poetic fashion. Of us two cats, I purred the loudest, and my claws cut the deepest. There's only room for one fantastic female fighter, and it's Eiko. Nobody else holds a candle to her. An item battle with Lao Shan gets us our 5th red orb, a mostly plain sailing fight. Perhaps these opponents are starting to become a bit too easy, but the gameplay loop is so enjoyable, and the excitement of finishing the orb disc is far too much to ignore. I must keep going to see what happens next. We climb from 3rd queue to 2nd queue, disposing of a brain-dead Eileen that takes all of our attacks and doesn't even think about fighting back. 22 wins, 0 losses. All good things come to an end. For how long can this perfect win-lose ratio be maintained? This Lei causes an upset, but we claw things back. We always do. Our next tournament is upon us. Sega Arena East tournament, another standard affair. At this point, I've played more of Virtua Fighter 5 than I was planning to for this video. But the allure of the orb disc proved too strong, and we'd soon get our 6th orb, taking down a Jackie named Illogical. What was illogical was how someone with his ability could reach 4th queue. He went down like all the others before him. Eiko continued to lay waste to her opponents, draining them of their experience and items, before discarding them like used needles down at the playground. Next it was Jiho. You're the reason I breathe. You're the reason I still believe. Come trade blows with me, Jiho. She proves a disappointment, as do they all. I'm shocked, flabbergasted. Jiho, I say. She provides pitiful experience, but Creighton here, who purports to be all legs, should provide adequate sustenance. Despite his Barrett Wallace sunglasses and bright pink shirt, he's a pushover. 1 round, 2 rounds. I use the 3rd round as an excuse to practice some moves, the ultimate insult toward another player. You don't even see them as a worthy opponent, just a training dummy. We rank up from 2nd queue to 1st queue, and soon we will rank up again. We get more clothes, a yellow kung fu vest. After the tournament, you know what comes next. The same thing always comes next. We return to the arcades and fight more opponents, collecting experience points and orbs. We're so close to completing our disc, and so close to leveling up. At this point, battles have become a zen place. Victories come easy. I bask in the glow of the KO letters as they shine upon me. For this shun, everything is foobar. It's over. And an L blaze falls. It's almost too easy. I'm shaken out of my zen state when this Jackie tells me to play or die. It seems a bit too antagonistic, and his rhetoric is backed up with some skill, countering many of my attacks. We trade blows until I ultimately come out on top, just biding my time, waiting for that sweet orb to drop. And here it is, an item battle. We'll finally get to see what filling the orb disc does. My excitement is palpable, as though I can reach out and grab it. But I'm reeling it back. I still need to win the match, of course. It's almost trivial. The Akira takes all of my blows. Upon the final hit, an achievement pops. Orb Finder. We got them all. Shenron appears in the sky to grant me my reward. Clothes. But before I can enjoy them, another challenger comes. But this match, our 31st match, is our promotion chance up from 1st queue. I have no time to relax. The battle is easy, but my mixed emotions bubble up. As soon as the first Dan achievement pops, I know I've done it. And with my rank up, another clothing item. I see the next few battles out, excited to investigate the fruits of my labor. My opponents increase in difficulty almost suddenly, and I begin to feel truly consummate. And with Eileen, who wouldn't? Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within the sky? Well, yes, it's the Aurora stage. The game knew I wanted to back out to see my rewards, but it kept throwing opponents at me. Though the chance to snap up some new emblems would not be ignored, and neither would be a slick cash prize. Finally, a new tournament at Club Sega Downtown. an excuse to back out and check my winnings. I was intending to stop here. Having unlocked costume sets C and D, I was satisfied and felt content. But what is the point in equipping your character with a sexy new outfit if you're not going to take her out for a spin in those new digs? And so, it wasn't long before I was taking part in the next tournament. But this new tournament, 5 rounds to a match. They flew by as they always do. Each battle a barrage of kicks and punches. A newly restyled Eiko in her pink t-shirt and sunflower print jeans. Delightfully dealing defeat, directly dashing the dreams of our opponents. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. The face of a demon. Another gold trophy. Who cares? Give me the prize. Green spiral top. Your reward is clothes. And I don't mind. Inject those clothes directly into my gamer brain. I hang up on Virtua Fighter 5 here for now. Its gameplay loop is engaging, too rich, too Moorish. Satisfied, I am, that I've seen all I need to see. The game can return to the shelf, but I shall not be deleting it from my hard drive. It may be fun to return to every now and then. We end this session with Eiko-chan, a first Dan, with 38 wins and 0 losses, a win ratio of 100%. To play anymore would risk it. If we finish now, we can leave an undefeated champion. If it hadn't been for this new video series, I wouldn't have taken Virtua Fighter 5 off the shelf, and I would not have explored it. I feel enriched in knowing I can tick this game off the backlog, satisfied that I've gotten great joy from playing it. Not every game in the backlog will be so much fun to play, but what is the point in collecting games if you're not going to play them? I'm going to give Virtua Fighter 5 an arbitrary enjoyment score. Out of 100, I give the game an 81. A great deal of that high score is due to my undefeated status as a first Dan, and the satisfaction of customizing Eileen with twin pigtails, red contact lenses and fashionable attire. A game that truly knows what I enjoy, laying people flat on their backsides, and looking good whilst doing so. Join me again next time as we pillage the pile together, tackling another game from the backlog. What kind of games will we play? I have thousands of games, more than enough to last me 2 lifetimes over. Let us explore them again together on the next Pillage the Pile.